This is Deborah. She is a pharmacist who works at a department store in Wyoming. We're going to show you a typical day in the life of Deborah. Pharmacists can do many things in a day, but the main thing they do is to fill the prescriptions of patients. When doctors prescribe their patients medicine, this is where they take their prescriptions to get them filled. They use math to get the right dosage for each patient's body weight, and many times use proportions. They also tell the patients how and when to take the medicine. For example, how many times a day and how much a day. They also make sure other medication the patient is taking and any other habits that may affect negatively with the medication. For example, drinking can interfere with side effects of medicine. Some other things a pharmacist can do in a typical day are give flu shots if they are licensed to do so, and also they always do insurance forms and medical records. They also do normal office paperwork.
Being a pharmacist involves lots of math. You need to know a lot of calculations. One calculation you should know is called the flow rate calculation. You use this calculation to determine the flow rate of an IV solution into a patient. This calculation is very simple and you could do it right now. The formula for this calculation is volume over time. You take the volume of the IV solution and you divide it by the time that the patient is receiving it. This is an example of math that a pharmacist would use on a daily basis. They have to figure out the correct dosages for their patients. One thing they have to be good at is using conversion factors and using simple math. They have to be well versed in decimals as well. Pharmacists need to know how to use ratios and proportions. They use these to determine the body weight to medicine ratio for patients. They also need to know Roman numerals, as these are used in prescriptions. Pharmacists work in the metric system, so being able to understand the metric system is very important.
Speaking of the metric system, this does not look like 30 centimeters to me. Office! Hey, so I heard you were thinking about becoming a pharmacist.
Yeah, I was.
So what classes are you taking again? Because it says here you need chemistry, biology, and anatomy.
Ew.
Oh, and you also have to take the pharmacy college admissions test, as long as all states licensed pharmacists, after they finish the PhD program, must pass 2 exams to get a license.
Okay. Well,
let me look. You also must have a Doctor of Pharmacy, which is a degree from an accredited pharmacy program, and you have to also be licensed. Still
I
want to be
can
a
find
pharmacist?
another job. It's fine. My teacher doesn't think I have what it takes to be a pharmacist, but I think I would fit the job pretty well. I have analytical skills, communication skills, computer skills, and I'm detail-oriented. Oh, and some of the colleges I could go to. Let's see. University of Florida, University of Michigan, or the University of California. The average wage for a pharmacist is about $122,230. However, you can range as low as $87,120 to $157,950. You also can earn lower or higher depending on where you work. For example, you do not earn as much as in pharmacies as you would in a department store. Deborah works in a department store. Hey, Deborah.
Oh, hi.
So I had a question
Okay.
on pharmacisting.
Okay, so I can
So-
answer your questions.
Where do you have to live to be a pharmacist?
Okay, well, you can live anywhere. It doesn't really matter because you can find pharmacists anywhere. I work at this department store, but you can also work at a pharmacy or a drugstore. Some work at grocery stores, and some actually work at hospitals.
Okay.
So, as long as you can get to one of those places, you're good.
All right. Cool. Thanks.
No problem.
I would definitely consider this career because it pays good money and I wouldn't have to take advanced math classes like calculus.